Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are checking out episode 2 of Shogun. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Summer.
And I'm excited to jump right back into this one. First episode was really good. Had some pretty crazy stuff in it. Had a Burning Man. First thing I thought of. I'm like, what happened last week? Oh, a guy was boiling alive. It was one of those episodes.
Screaming. Oh, I don't even mean to be laughing. That was an odd place to laugh.
I know. But we get uncomfortable around
There was
torture.
a lot of like big scenes, a lot of names. Pretty sure we're gonna need like.
Yeah, we tried to recap a little bit the character names. It'll be easier to memorize instead of just saying the guy's uncle, the father-in-law of the girl. You know what I mean?
Well, I think those connections. Well, I think as the show goes on, those connections will become a little more clear.
Yeah.
It's kind of like learning all the pieces of a puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's the plot twist at the end. The cliffhanger is Pilot. They call him Pilot, but the guy who's from
the Portuguese guy.
Well, he's not Portuguese. They assumed he was because that's all they knew.
Right.
Well, I guess the European, the Englishman, whatever you want to call him, he made his way in front of Yoshi something. I don't remember his last name. But it's like, we don't know why he's so interested in meeting this prisoner. We never really got clarity on that, right?
I don't think so.
And he obviously has someone who's sending word.
Right.
And so I think my guess or my theory at the end was like, he knows that he's in this weird like struggle with like these 5 lords or whatever, right? And that they're trying to like, kick him out,
oust him, and
then eventually maybe kill him. And so maybe he's looking already ahead at a different angle, like a potential ally, like where are you from, what's your country, what's your, like something new. Like this is the first non-Portuguese, non-Japanese person around,
right?
So he may be smart enough to look ahead to use that as like a leg up in the whole game, the whole chess game.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
You can already tell he obviously is a very smart character and has been around a while.
Yep.
Plus the other guy, his second in command, is definitely the ones who's been around and seen it all.
Oh yeah,
point.
older guy. I
cannot remember. I'm gonna get a.
We'll get it, guys.
A board with names.
He got
face and name.
I like whenever he got there and because remember the uncle wanted to. He had like all these plans like for himself because and like he wasn't gonna tell him anything. And then he showed up. He was like, "Oh, I was gonna surprise you with it." Like you could tell there's like
when the ships came in and he was gonna keep it all.
Yeah, his tone changed because he was all like the guy in charge, like whatever. Like he was like kind of like to his nephew, kind of showing off and being all pompous, whatever. And then that guy showed up. He showed up real quick.
Yep.
So he's pretty serious.
So we can see the command chain there.
But aside that, so far just from the first episode, I like the cinematography of it. The sound design and music, it looks really good. From the comments, like I saw a lot of people talking about the design of that era of Japan, like how accurate it is. Like it's like accurate. A timepiece, and so it's really like
obviously like the clothing and stuff though is just like super
and like the attention to detail, like the way people lived, the way they spoke, the different customs, the mannerisms, everything is like kind of very like you can tell they studied,
right?
From what I can see. Anyway, so we're gonna see what happens with this one. I got nothing else.
I'm just waiting for them to introduce new characters.
I know.
Great, more names. Okay.
We should probably just write this down. Anyway, all right, we're gonna hop in. Consider subscribing to our channel, and if you want to watch the full uncut reaction to this, it is linked down below on our Patreon. All right, let's hop in. I don't know if this gives a recap or if it just hops right in.
Oh, previously.
My name is
John Blackthorne.
Pilot of the Erasmus.
English pilot.
Lies, you're a pirate. They don't know about us today.
All right, he's grown his alliances. Yeah. And they all grab their swords.
Never mind.
Play with your balls, maybe. How should I know?
Oh yeah, Rodriguez. Right.
Who could turn the tide?
And he needs a translator.
Like who could turn the tide, but we don't really know like how. Maybe exactly like some more alliances. Because right now he's saying 4 against 1, so it's like nobody's on his side.
Right. Even though he's built up his land and his following, it's not enough. Oh, flashback.
A year ago.
Is this the funeral maybe of the Lord? Oh. Oh, wow.
How little he is, how young.
He's so innocent.
Oh god,
oh, and your fingernails? Is he maybe it's like a diabetes or something? I think he's just, it's hard maybe on him that he's, I don't know.
Wait, go to your mother?
He could have multiple wives.
That makes more sense. Because that's her husband.
Yeah, she said rest my husband, and he said go to your mother.
Oh, so is that the mother?
Maybe to like bear an heir, he needed younger wives or something. I don't know. Oh, he called him. Oh, did he offer this to him?
That's what I'm wondering, like, who heard this conversation? Or I bet you all of this ideas
right
could have come from that other woman. So this is making that interaction make more sense.
He's turning it down. I mean, that's a wise, yeah, a very wise answer. And him. Go ahead. So he didn't even know about the sharing power.
Right. Well, this was a year ago. No. And his friends.
Man.
Well, that makes it make more sense.
Oh, the intro. Yeah. So I wonder if.
That's cool.
Yeah, this looks really cool. I wonder had he accepted that the role of sole regent, would he have disregarded the other plan of having the 5?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But he knew that was just like putting a target on his back. Like
right. But if he said I'll take it, I'll be honored to, then he would see that, he'd be like, okay, that's what we're gonna go with. But if not, this is the backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, how did they? That was almost like a funeral.
Yeah.
But he still seemed like, you know.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, so at the end of this,
he's still okay.
Is it like maybe assisted euthanasia? What's it called?
Yeah. Or
assisted death,
or they just have like a pre-funeral before, when they know he's still okay.
It's funny because I was thinking the same. I'm like, okay, so he's still talking and everything. Are they just planning on him dying, or is there some kind of form
that they do something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the
like ceremonial type.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
nice.
Right where we left off.
Okay.
Sao will show these to the Japanese, and he will be hanged for piracy.
I'm afraid it may not be so simple. Toranaga is still president of foreign relations. He's a thorough man. I fear he'll want a complete translation of this journal. Perhaps a bit too complete.
Uh-oh.
It's going to talk about where he's from and...
Christ is my witness. This bush was on the verge of open war. The last thing we need is any discussion of past entanglements.
Oh.
Well, then let us be grateful our visitor does not speak Japanese. I'm going to the castle where Toranaga has been sequestered. I'm to translate for him this afternoon.
Oh, he's a translator.
You will see to it this man is not a problem.
Is he going to translate like properly though? Because remember the other...
I was just thinking that. Because he's like, and I'm glad he doesn't know Japanese. It's probably thinking like he's probably going to half translate.
But
I feel like that's a dangerous game.
That girl who's...
Right? Some Portuguese?
Maybe she speaks a little English.
お待たせいたし、申し訳ございません。
マリコ殿が同席しても構わぬか。ポルトガル語の修行になるゆえ、来るようにわしが命じたのじゃ。そなたは師匠であるからの。
もったいないお言葉でございます。
Oh, maybe she can like
レイディマリアのご同席は
call out if he's lying. Like not translating properly, you know? I don't know.
Good morning.
But why Portuguese? Because he's speaking English.
Of the Society of Jesus. You're in the court of Lord Yoshii Toranaga. And I am the interpreter to the Council of Regents.
Oh, good, so you'll be able to twist my words in Portuguese favor.
He already knows, yeah.
Anjin-sama-ga, watashi no suyaku de wa
Oh, well, you said that
shiyo
part.
ni moshite orimasu. Watashi ga Portugal-jin nanode.
What did you just say?
Exactly what you said.
That was...
Translate without prejudice.
Well, seeing as you're so bloody honest, perhaps you would do me the courtesy of telling him we are enemies, because our countries are at war.
国同士が争っているからと申しておりまする。
お前の国はどこじゃ?
Tell him where you're from.
England.
Yeah, he's English.
Island kingdom.
He just happened to speak
1,000
Portuguese.
miles north of Portugal.
Why are you at war with my kingdom?
Because England refuses to be intimidated by Catholics.
カトリックからの脅しを拒絶して。
お前はカトリックではないのか?
You are not Catholic.
There are two Christian religions, Protestant and Catholic. We English are Protestant. My ship contains letters of marque from the rulers of a nation called Holland, authorizing us to trade in all seas and to defend ourselves against anyone who dare stop us.
もしわしらが戦を仕掛けたらどうする?
I cannot conceive of being an enemy to you, Lord.
わしにはたやすく思い描けるぞ。
He's intimidating too.
いかがいたす?
I like how they did this
And
scene.
I would commend
Yep.
my soul to God, or surely I would die
Right.
by the hand of a techie like you.
I think there's something he respects with that, I think. The subtle facial expressions.
This is Lord General Ishido, Toranaga's chief rival. If you value your life, do not say a word.
お主はこの城に偉人を招き入れたと聞き及んだのでの。今に断罪されようという折に、偉人などと戯れておられるとは、残り少ないお命じゃ、もっと大事に使われてはいかがかの。
その異端者それがしには何の値打ちもござらん。お望みとあらば、息子に命じて牢にでも放り込んでおきまするが。
揉め事の元にならなければよいのじゃ。
He was the leader in the first council meeting we saw.
You
Yes.
want to be detained?
He's like, yeah.
For how long?
I do not know, Anjin, but I will pray for your soul.
What have you told him? This is great.
Yeah, he was leading that meeting against him in the first episode.
So now it's out in the open that he's with your impeachment. Well, they did give him a 7-day ultimatum.
No, I protest this treatment! I'm a guest of your lord, not a prisoner!
He doesn't even know where they're going.
This is a mistake!
Right, he doesn't know if he's gonna get killed.
I
He doesn't know
know.
anything. But I mean, the guy told
Well, I
me he's
guess
gonna
he
take him to
said
prison.
locked up, yeah.
Yeah.
パードレ様は正直なお方にございまする。先ほどの通訳には何一つごまかしはございませんでした。
あの偉人の方は?
あの者には 用心せねばという気がいたしまする。
そなたの宗派について偉人が申したことを気に障ったか。
試されて揺らぐような信仰はまことなものとは申せません。
殿、拙者の朝知恵など殿の辛抱遠慮に及ぶはずがないことは百も承知でござる。さりながらこの一件、殿の考えに何の関わりがあると仰せでございましょうや。
しかし患者によればポルトガル人らはあの偉人を目の敵にしておるようじゃ。間もなくキリシタンの大老木山とオウムを通じてあの偉人を大坂に置くことに抗議してくるであろ
う。何故そこにキリシタンの大老が出てまいるのでござるか。
Starting to connect for her.
殿はあの偉人を用いて石堂とキリシタンの大老との結束に日々を入れるおつもりかと。
If he calls any sort of a
because it has to be like a unanimous vote, right? That's what I'm gathering.
The Senor is real.
Are these men all marked for death?
Death is the only punishment here.
Father, there has been a mistake. I am a guest of a Lord Toranaga. I'm not meant to be here, and I must be allowed to leave.
Dear God, you are a child in the wilderness. You don't know their games. Toranaga is a prisoner in Osaka Castle, isolated by his rivals on the Council of Regents.
Wow, he knows everything too.
There's Sugiyama, descended from the richest samurai family in Japan. Ono, a feared warrior whose affliction of leprosy led him into the arms of the church. And Kiyama, a man whose faith in Christ is guided only by his greed and ambition. All of them are in the palm of Ishido, caretaker of the castle. Any day now, this man will vote on Toranaga's demise.
It's a good little recap.
Yes.
No one will tell you the truth. If Toranaga claimed you as an ally, you'll never leave Japan alive.
Oh. He's like, if you're a friend of him, you're pretty much an enemy of everyone else.
He's like, I called him a techie. Is that good?
Toranagaはオナが定めを受け入れたようじゃな。
さあ、賛否を問おうか。
Oh, he just hides himself.
So the vote, they're already voting.
石堂殿。その前に一つ。
Uh-oh. Did it already come out?
異端者のことよ。その異端者がマニラにおいてキリシタンの信徒をなぶり殺しにしたという感化的な話もござるゆえ。パードレたちがそやつの私的な書状を抑えてござる。我らはそのものの処刑を所望いたす。評決の前にじゃ。
He's just stalling the vote.
Already stalling.
賛否を問おうぞ。
Oh, that's the other one?
Oh.
Oh. So now he knows two of them won't.
Yep.
It kind of worked.
It worked out.
But so far, he's just,
Right.
at this point, it's just
It's
stalling.
just buying time.
So then now he has to keep him alive, I guess?
The Chinese hate Japan. So all trade goes through the Portuguese. It's usury. Leitako even tried to put a stop to it. But the church incited the rebellion, smuggled guns from that secret base in Macau.
I met a man who said he'd been to that fortress, said there were Japanese soldiers, hundreds of them, all converted to Catholicism. Are you telling me the Lord's here? Don't know.
It's too late for that now.
You don't understand. I must tell them.
Yeah.
That's my way out.
拙者はその先に思いを巡らせたまでにございます。虎長公が断罪に処された後の動きに。
お主も主君に準ずることになるの。
仰せの通りで。まあ我が身の行く末はさておき。
But
Yeah, I believe in myself.
兄弟なるのは必要。されどその折には大野殿木山殿が石戸様の敵に回りまする。
わしに勝ち目はなかろうな。
されど石戸様が例の偉人を手に入れ、さらに手なずけ得る知恵者を配下に置けば、潮目は変わりましょう。
Oh boy. They're all going to try to use him. As like their pawn.
拙者お力になれるやもしれません。
Break him out. I don't know. he also doesn't want Lord Toranaga to die.
Right.
This can't be. I'm not supposed to die here.
Did they just call his name?
Virgin is watching over you now. Confess before me all things past and present.
You go with your godfather.
Oh.
Oh, see, at this point, he knows something's different.
Yeah.
My pride. Let this not be my end.
Lord Kiyama. Is that what's his name that we just saw? Is that his name?
That's Ishido.
No.
Oh, the other one.
The guy he's talking to.
The uncle, the brother?
Mm-hmm. The one that had the...
Maybe Kiyama.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
These must be... Who are these? I was about to say his men because he's so brutal, but I don't know if it's like his men or...
So he broke him out of prison?
Yeah, pretty much he used
Or maybe he's gonna tell him he's dead.
Because he knew that they're just like brutal. He's gonna pay them.
I wonder if he recognizes his voice. Oh, they're gonna kill. They paid him and then they're gonna kill him.
Probably because now they're like, we can't have any. He's like, I've seen you before. Probably because they're like, we can't have any witnesses at this point. None.
Good morning, Senor. I am to be your interpreter for today.
Oh.
My master asks for you to draw a map of the world.
Interesting.
Oh.
Oh, because how do they see? How do they
I know,
it?
Right?
Like, what do they know?
This is what we saw at the beginning.
Yeah.
All the lines.
I wonder what. I wish I knew what they knew.
Right.
Then.
This is the limit of what I know. The earth is round,
世界は丸いと申しております。
like a fruit. We came by way of Magellan's Pass.
この大陸を回ってきたと申しております。
Oh, are they gonna understand
We're
that?
the first outsiders to use it because the Spanish and the Portuguese kept it secret.
この航路はポルトガルとスペインの秘密の航路であると。
Oh man.
It was safer to sail this way because we had to avoid a Portuguese base in
Macau.
Oh, he's gonna tell them.
ポルトガルの砦があるゆえと申しております。 My master asks that later you write this map and mark the Portuguese bases.
If I may, I will explain now. This is the way Portugal and Spain carved up the New World. 70 years ago, they signed a treaty that split undiscovered land between them. Your country falls into the Portuguese half.
Oh, they've just been like.
So it belongs to them.
Wow.
ポルトガルとスペインの2つの国が東洋の島々を分け合ったと信じているようでございます。火の元はポルトガル領だと申しております。
誠にポルトガル領と申したのか。
はい、そのように。
Each Spanish and Portuguese king has the right to lay claim to any non-Catholic land they discover and to replace its government with Catholic.
Oh. Well, she's a Catholic.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you swear by your God?
Yes, I do.
Because like she's so close to the. That's hard. Is she gonna say it?
ポルトガルの望みは
I'm waiting to see what she's gonna
キ
say.
リシタンにあらざる天下人を追放し、仲間であるキリシタンの統治者を据えると申しております。
That's a
お前は
bomb.
何を求めて火の元に来たのじゃ。
Exactly. So why are you
He
here?
asks what you seek here.
To vanquish our common enemies.
戦を挑むつもりならやめておいた方がよい。多勢に無勢、望みはあるまい。
My master says you should not war against the Portuguese in Japan. You are outnumbered. It is hopeless.
Well, maybe he doesn't know something.
Unless I win.
己が勝てば望みはあると申しておりまする。
Maybe he's seen him as like a warrior. You see that?
安心に今宵は西の丸に泊まれと伝
He got upgraded.
え。外は物騒じゃ。盗賊がうろついておるから。
His face is always like, oh my
Like,
god.
he thought he was clever, but
Yeah. I mean, he just like unleashed a bunch of information.
that changes the game for them, for him.
力にわしは知らぬことがあまりに多い。あの偉人はよう知っておるようじゃがの。黒船の出港はしばらく見合わせることにいたす。海が荒れるやもしれん。お主らの教会がこの辺りの海域に
Oh, he's gonna call it out.
一人でを築いておるのも。
Oh, he's just.
それがゆえかもしれんの。取り決めをするのはそれら砦についての見聞を広めてからでも遅くはあらない。
That's the stuff that was written in that booklet that they were like,
The journal.
he's gonna want, remember, he's like, he's gonna want translation.
Just received word from Toranaga. He has denied our departure papers for the Black Sheep.
This cursed heretic doesn't even have the decency to ruin us slowly.
Ooh.
Oh.
Let this be my burden, Father.
That's why they wanted him dead, more so.
Oh.
They're like, kill him before he starts talking. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh.
I didn't. I was even saying, like, I don't think there's an assassin. She wouldn't be an assassin.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. I was going to say, who is that? Oh.
What if he
sure
protects
did.
him?
He sure did run out.
It's the maid. She's looking for. God.
Jeez. I'm kind of glad it's dark. I can barely see her face.
I know.
Is that girl from the... Oh.
He knew. So she was a maid? Was that like her way to... He protected him. He shed blood for him. Oh, is the jugular starting to...
Well, I mean, geez, that would be a little quicker than that, I feel like.
Well, she was probably holding it in.
Oh, it's gonna be that guy.
Oh. They're going for him.
He's like, what?
It's the
Yep.
It's the priests and
Yep, they know what's happening.
Man, did he foresee that to like switch the rooms?
It's like if this word gets out.
Oh man.
Because he feels like so many people are hiding stuff from us, right? And somebody's in, what's the word? I want to say cahoots.
And cohorts? What's the word?
With them. Wow. Okay, so this episode, I feel like did a much better job of like putting pieces together. Like developing like the motives a little bit better. Obviously, the first one we were learning so much about the characters. And
Right.
trying to make connections. But this one made a lot more sense.
Yeah. Well, before we were like trying to figure out like who's related to who and stuff. But
so
okay.
You think that
So I think so isn't
it was from him?
Yeah. Isn't he one of the four?
What's his name? I'm gonna look up their faces and characters because.
So he's the one that's very, very like tied to the religious faith, to the Christian.
Yes,
faith.
but
Him
for like,
and the one with, but for the
for
money,
like the greed, and so he's in connection. Obviously, you saw that Lord Father with the collar come into his room right here.
Yeah, or he's visiting them. One of the two.
Yeah.
But him and the guy with leprosy.
Sure. Yes.
He's one of the two. Well, I mean, it is the same because he's one of the two red things.
Yeah, Kiyama.
Lord Kiyama. And then there's Ono. Is the other one, and then Isido. And I don't know the fourth one.
Right. I'm looking up their faces here, but it's kind of like a weird. Yeah, Ono is the one with leprosy.
Right.
Kiyama is him, the wealthiest member of the council.
Right.
Mm.
Well, it says right here. Kind of says it right here. Kiyama.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that was in there with him.
His
got it by greed and ambition.
ambition.
Yeah. And then all
so
of
you
them
think that those assassins came from him because he's like, I'm gonna take care of it, or I'll take care of it, type of deal.
Right.
Because they know like the more that comes out of his mouth. Well, they know all the information that Pilate has.
Sugiyama is the other one.
Yeah.
He's the richest samurai family. That's what I was trying to figure out.
So they know of Pilate's all of his information because they read his books. The Portuguese, the priests.
Yeah.
They read his books and they were like, we know that if Tokiyama, what's his name?
Toranaga.
Yeah. Wants a full translation of this book. That's why because he knew what was in there.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole, what do you call it? Revelation of the Macau.
Right.
And what's going on kind of behind the scenes.
So I think the priest knows that Blackthorn told Toranaga that because Toranaga denied that the black ship to sail. Mm-hmm. And I think he was said like, we're like running out of our window's about to close. We have to wait till next year or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he denied it. And he was like, if you tell us about those bases, he knows that he had to have told him.
Yes.
And it was like, and this is just the beginning. He's gonna just extract more. Our secret, because they're probably thinking we could still like salvage things. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like because like they're very prideful, right? And so imagine like you're like for him. Here's the crazy thing about this whole story. He brought the guy in to find a way to cause division in the vote to impeach him. That was the only reason he was really using him. A lot more came to his attention. So like they're very proudful. Like he's very high ranking in Japan. Yeah. And just to find out that you're just like you're basically treated as like property. Yeah. It's like hey, you got discovered by these other countries and they're saying
they're lords over you pretty much.
Okay, so you get this half, and eventually you can take over.
Well, yeah, and it's pretty much saying like it's only a matter of time before they come for you and replace you. Like this is not your land. They own you, and it's only a matter of time before they're coming for you. And you're not safe.
That's the one thing she didn't want to translate. So that's
this is a lie.
Well, also she had a conflict of interest. She could have lied, but she seems pretty honorable and that she's going to speak the truth. But part of it's because she feels close. She's been for 14 years.
So that's when he started telling her, like, you need to check their motives.
And he was like, did he really say belongs?
Yes.
And he's like, yes. And that's crazy because like that's such a huge reveal. Like if you're from Japan and you don't like, that's why I'm curious. Because he even knew to explain to them that the earth was round. Like I don't know what they... I wish I had like, knew what they knew. Because I knew like in Western civilization, like in European civilizations, like everything to the west, they thought that it was just all ocean and they would end back over in like, Eastern Asia or something. Yeah. I don't know if that's how Japan viewed it. Right. Like if they thought that it would just come back around and didn't there be Portugal, but they obviously didn't know like what all's out there.
Yeah, there's definitely land masses that they didn't know existed,
about different countries.
And different.
I wonder I wonder what they know. I don't know. But now
is it weird that I'm still confused? Like I don't know if I should be confused or if this is just with the whole Portuguese and English thing.
Okay, I didn't think it was, but then there at the end I was like, oh no, she might be right. I think when they're speaking in English, we should assume that they're speaking in Portuguese.
They're really speaking Portuguese. Like it's been an English translation for us. To our viewers.
But what's confusing is that the guys from English.
He's like, I'm not Portuguese. I'm English. I'm from England.
He must just speak Portuguese. So when he's speaking with Rodriguez, what's he speaking?
I know.
Or are we just messing that? Because she's like talking to him in English, and he's like, your Portuguese is very good. But then there's like little moments, like the little prayer thing that they do it in Portuguese, in actual Portuguese.
Right? I'm like, okay, should this be confusing to me?
Maybe we're just looking too much into it.
I'm gonna read some comments about that because I don't want to be confused about a simple little thing about that.
Yeah. But I do see an alliance forming. So like you have Toranaga, and then you have Blackthorn. Like Blackthorn protected him, and I think he knows that this is like my only chance to. You know. And I think he now understands the magnitude of his name. But then also, like, he only saw him as like some pirate guy.
Yeah.
But the more he's speaking to him, I think he's seeing like, oh, there's like a warrior
or there's like
mindset.
a fight in him. Yeah. Like he's
like, because he kind of chuckled. He's like, unless I win. And he smiled. He's like, oh, he's not just some little.
Yeah.
He's like confident, you know.
But I'm also wondering, like, who's backing him up? He's over in.
Well, he's representing. Oh, it said that in the first episode. Like he's not just there on his own with his men. Like they started as like 5 ships, and they were just the last surviving ship.
Right.
So there were a whole crew. It's the Dutch vessel, but he's English. So like he was sent on a mission, and so he has like if he can get word out or go back, there's a whole backing.
There's a backing.
Like they know about the secret passage they found out, and they're wanting to like exploit it or use it. You know.
Yeah.
And like they know what the Catholics are doing, so they know.
They're
about
just
this.
like pretty much the other people are hoarding trade with them, and they're like
the Spanish and the Portuguese.
Yeah.
So it's he has a whole army behind him back technically
in England,
and I don't know if it's just England or obviously they worked with the Dutch, so I don't know like who.
Yeah. Oh my God, when you start talking geography to me, I'm like,
I have to show it to you on a map.
Can you give me a map next time?
You're please? Like, so is it like next door to Japan or?
So like how close?
Yeah,
like
Anyway.
That's not my strong suit at all.
Yeah, but that was
wow. Okay. So another thing, I almost want to go back to the part where Taikito, what was his name? Oh, the lord that died a year ago.
Oh, the main king.
Yes.
The lord, yeah.
It's Taiko.
Something
close.
Yeah.
The woman that was in the room with him, which is the mother of the heir, right?
Right.
Okay, I want to see her face again.
Okay.
And I'm like, because she seems to be very like brazen with her speech. So I want to see her face.
That's right. After the little boy
because he tells him to go sit with his mother.
Let me see.
It was just after this. Oh yeah, go to your mother. And so she kept having this eye contact with Toranaga. Yes. Oh, see, I was right. Taiko.
Is it her though? The same?
No.
Oh. See? Oh, it's her.
See her face. Like, have we seen her again in this episode? No, I'm trying to think.
No, I'm not sure.
What's her name? Did it give us her name?
I don't know. The names would help. Okay, so that's like that's the biological mom of the heir. Oh, well, I mean, we would have seen her.
Right?
Yeah. In the first episode, she was staying. With Yoshi Toranaga.
Yeah, she was.
But then now I'm confused. Who did they say that they can leave?
Ochiba. The highest ranking woman in Japan, Ochiba no Kata, is the feared and admired mother of the heir. That's all it says about her.
But she's
feared.
But then he let her go. He said like she gave her permission to leave. Isn't it her that he gave permission to leave, like the heir's mother?
Because why?
Oh, because then a baby was born. That's the part I missed that.
Yeah, I did too, because that was the whole thing, and we were trying to make connections.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and see.
Anyways, we'll have to go back and I think that could be on our own time, just like trying to make these connections.
I'll find that. Or let us know in the comments what we missed. I know that I know that a baby was born, and I already forgot who it was. We should probably take notes. So I think she's left, but I'm sure. I mean, obviously.
So she's the one that he supposedly was like keeping.
Yeah.
Captive, and they demanded her release. The council.
The 4 council one. Yeah. They gave him an ultimatum 7 days.
It was her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was I think that threw me off because I was expecting an older woman, like a much older.
Right. Well, I mean, he's a young boy.
Yeah.
But,
So
But yeah. Well, now we know. I guess we didn't have that in the beginning because when he said the heir is too young, but then I assume like the heir, the Lord died young, his dad, because if he's young, but no, his dad was old. He just had a young mother.
Yep.
But anyway,
Very
all right,
good.
yeah, it's only 2 episodes.
I feel like our recap was like a ramble jumble.
It's fine. We're trying to. Well, like it's 2 episodes in, and everything's already kind of.
It's starting to like take shape, right?
Yeah,
now
already.
It makes a little more sense.
Yeah, really well written, and now I see why having like this wild card guy come in
is throwing.
It just throws off their whole game.
wrench and everything. Yeah.
Or they're smart. He sees it as like a wild card, like you're playing cards. It's like a Joker. Like a wild card comes in, like how can I use this for my benefit? They're just very cunning, can think several steps ahead.
And I like that Toranaga has a lot of power.
Yeah.
Like they don't want him to have any power, but he still holds a lot of power.
Yeah. And then you have all these little twists, like the guy that aligned himself next to him, Ishido's, I think, brother, who was like got the guy from the bandits.
Yeah.
He's allied. Well, it wouldn't be his brother then. Why would he ally with Toranaga?
I don't know.
He
I don't
was
know his relation.
Yeah, I forget the relation. But he allied with him, but he's still friends with the general, you know, because they had that little back and forth.
Right.
But he knows he's already allied with Toranaga, so if he dies, if he gets in peace, then he's gonna die too. So he has that in his. So he's gonna.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of different moving parts.
He's like trying to keep himself alive.
Yeah.
At the same time. Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
All right.
It's getting good.
That was good. I enjoyed that very much. You got anything else? Gives everything.
I've said it all.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to our channel. Help us grow. Like I said earlier, the full uncut reaction of this is over on our Patreon. And if you want to get next week, the next 2 weeks, the next 2 episodes will already be out there. So if you want to check those out, click on the link below. Otherwise, we'll be back next week with episode 3. Cool?
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.